No,
and
no,
become
no,
the
not again,
rivalry.
not again. Oh boy, what can I say about this whole feud?
This dude has revolutionized women's wrestling.
S-
Hell in a Cell.
So you mean so let me get this straight, Raw or WWE. Let me get this perfectly straight. You let you have Charlotte and Sasha Banks, two women who in NXT were doing good here. They were having character, they were having good matches. They were getting somewhere, and we figured they were going to be, figured that when they get to the main roster, they'd have some sort of good, great rivalry. But what do we get here? We get matches where Sasha's supposed to go over, especially at WrestleMania with the triple threat match, but instead you have Charlotte retain. And then when Sasha and then you left and then you had Sasha win not on a pay-per-view, but on a Monday Night Raw. Now, okay, in the case of it was the first Raw of the draft that she won it, I guess you have a valid argument of put or a reasonable excuse of why you put the title on Sasha there. But then you get to SummerSlam, and then she loses the belt to Charlotte like that. She only held it for like how long? Like 3 weeks leading up to SummerSlam. She loses it. They're like, oh well, she has a little back injury, so we can't, so we had to take it off her. But then she comes back 2 weeks later, all fine and healed, and and then on Raw, I guess was it after Clash of the Champions, or a couple weeks after Clash of the Champions, she on Raw again, you have her win the title again. And then you get to Hell in a Cell, where it's the first women's Hell in a Cell match, and it's main eventing the show. And Charlotte wins the title again. And then, what was it? After Survivor Series? You have, or what was it? Last Monday night. Last Monday night, you had, what was it? A Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Falls Count Anywhere, and well, I didn't watch it because I knew where this was going. I knew what was going to end up happening, and of course, it ended up happening. You have Sasha win the title again on Raw.
For the third time.
Now you're just putting the women. Now you're just like going back and forth with the women's title, like, and I don't understand how anybody could be so crazy about this and so like excited about this. Like, it's the same thing. It's a pattern. Sasha's winning the title on Raw, and then Charlotte's just gonna win it back at a pay-per-view. What doesn't make you think that at Roadblock Charlotte's not gonna win the title? Obviously it's gonna happen. You're gonna have Sasha and Charlotte in some kind of match, some kind of no. And what also pisses me off is the Hell in a Cell match. The whole purpose of a Hell in a Cell match is a blow off to a rivalry. Is the blow off? It's the final match. It's the final showdown between two people, two rivals. And yet they're still continuing the rivalry after this.
Because
I mean,
it's just the structure and no symbolism.
Exactly. Now you just took away the whole mystique and the whole like uniqueness about Hell in a Cell, because it's supposed to be the ending to a rivalry. But now they did this. You had the Hell in a Cell match between these two, and they're still rivaling for the title. I mean, you look at famous rivalries that ended in Hell in a Cell, like Triple H and Shawn Michaels. their Hell in a Cell match ended their whole rivalry. Batista
Taker and Kane.
Taker
and Orton.
Well, Taker
and Lesnar.
Well, Taker and Lesnar. I mean, well, Taker and Kane. Their last match together was actually Buried Alive.
Okay, close enough.
Yeah.
Taker and Orton.
Taker, yeah, perfect example. Taker, Randy Orton. Taker, Mankind. What else? What other matches?
Triple H versus Mick Foley.
Yeah, Triple H, Mick Foley. Triple H, Batista. The list goes on. But yet you still continue this rivalry. I don't understand. And yet, how can we take Sasha seriously if she's only winning the championship on a Monday Night Raw? Like, okay, it was fine at first when you had her won for the first Raw show of the draft to kind of create some excitement for Raw. But now you're doing it But now they did it two more times on Monday Night Raw. Now it's getting ridiculous. Now it's unnecessary that you're even doing that. And you're just ruining Sasha Banks as a result. And you're not having fans taking her seriously.
None whatsoever.
It's just a complete turn off now of Raw. Like, I'm so glad I'm not even watching this whole rivalry. So glad I'm not even watching like Raw pay-per-views and shows anymore. Cuz it's just gotten that bad. Yeah, exactly. This is just a complete farce. Like, they see
I said farce, but okay.
Oh, I thought you said oh, okay. Yeah, no, okay, no, that too. It's a farce. It's definitely a farce. Like you had something there with Sasha and Charlotte, and yet you keep pounding it down our throats, and more importantly, pounding Charlotte down our throat, because now you're getting to the point where you start to see where where they're really shoving Charlotte down your throat, and she's not even as great as WWE makes her out to be. Like I mentioned before, she's exactly like her father, which she shouldn't be. She should be her own character, like
Randy Orton.
Yeah, like I mentioned before in other videos, like Randy Orton, you didn't see him be dressed like Cowboy Bob Orton every time. You think he would have been the guy he is today if he was like that?
None whatsoever.
The Rock, you think he would have dressed up? You think he would have been the big star if he was Rocky Maivia all his career? He's even a bigger star. He became The Rock, and now he's even more bigger star than his father and grandfather combined. Same thing with Orton. Bigger star than his father and grandfather combined. And another example, you look at Goldust. He wasn't a bigger star than his dad, than Dusty Rhodes, but he was different and he was unique, and he was somewhat of a star, and he was different from how his father was.
Pretty much so.
So, like having Charlotte win 16 women's title because you want to match, because you want to say, oh, well, she's really Ric Flair's daughter now, like daughter, like father, like daughter, like.
No, they're not going to do that.
And you're having her undefeated at from what I heard, she's undefeated at pay-per-views, which I don't even know if that's right.
A woman who's never lost that pay-per-view.
I don't know. I feel like she's lost by disqualification at one point.
Oh my, Michael. No, wait, no, that's SmackDown. Oh, Michael has said, but this is almost as big of a streak as The Undertaker at WrestleMania, except only for pay-per-view.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope it doesn't come to Michael Cole saying that. He would say that. There's no question about it. He would say something stupid like that. Because he's Michael Cole.
Yeah.
But that is my rant. I do not want to see this whole rivalry between these two anymore. Like, I'm so glad I'm done. I'm so glad I'm not watching Raw anymore. I only watch the segments of Goldberg and Brock when they're on.
I'm sure that the rivalry is gonna end at Roadblock because it's titled "End of the Line."
You think that rivalry's ending? You're kidding yourselves. That rivalry's going on for a little bit more.
How about we sell this with an Iron Man match, and this will be the very last time we face off ever.
Oh, God. I don't think even that would. And not even that would like be as exciting because now they just ruined the rivalry. Like, I'm not saying it never had potential. It obviously did, but they kept going about it so much. They kept hammering down so much and having them face so much that it's lost its luster. It's lost its not prestige, but like it lost something that could be special.
Hey, Corey Graves, do you agree with me that this rivalry between Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair has the potential, if not has the potential to be as good as the Trish and Lita rivalry?
Nope.
It's almost like the second coming, Corey.
My God, can you actually believe that they actually say that this is like the second coming of? I really think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make this like Trish and Lita 2.0. Like this is at least in the same league as Trish and Lita. Bullshit. This ain't nothing like Trish and Lita. This ain't nothing like that.
These two have awesome characters and are doing some good high-flying spots.
Yeah, that is not what it's always about. Just because they have high spots in matches, that doesn't mean anything.
But their characters are great, and they can become future Hall of Famers. Maybe.
Maybe if you actually had Charlotte as a different character than her dad, and you actually had Sasha win at WrestleMania, win the women's title at WrestleMania, then maybe. Or maybe you have Sasha or you make Sasha's character more of like the boss that she is, and you actually have her establish more of a character than that.
Oh my, Corey, this is definitely a strange theory for me. But what if this is like the second? What if Sasha versus Charlotte is the second coming of Rock versus Austin?
Oh God! Don't even bring that up. Don't even compare that to Rock versus Austin. This is nothing compared to any other great rivalries. And I'm not saying it didn't have potential. Like I said, I'm not saying it didn't have potential. It did. But of course, WWE has their way of booking of dropping the ball with potential great rivalries.
Oh, okay, Justin, okay, I have a really good one now. This rivalry is, without a shadow of a doubt, the second coming of HBK versus Bret the Hitman Hart.
Not at all, because HBK and Bret Hart's rivalry was actually real. They actually really hated each other in real life. Sasha and Charlotte are great friends if you see their Twitter posts. If you see them on Twitter, yeah, kayfabe is dead. If you see them on Twitter, they're actually buds, along with Bayley and Becky as well. And yeah, that I got nothing else. Just that whole rant. For any of you that like this, that love this and are entertained by Sasha Banks and Charlotte, and think this is a great rivalry, I don't know what you're smoking. And if you are smoking something, let me have it. Let me have it, because I think that's the way I'll watch I'll watch Raw, or I'll watch that whole set, or I'll watch the segments where they show that rivalry, or just watch Sasha Banks or Charlotte in general.
This one's more realistic. Okay, Corey, how about this one? Actually, no, it's scratch that. Charlotte is Ric Flair incarnate. Yeah. No, we don't need that.
She's Ric Flair incarnate. She's Ric Flair, but with long hair and just a female version of Ric Flair, pretty much.
Pretty much so.
She's a female version of Ric Flair. You look at her face too. She resembles so much of Ric Flair. Like, she looks a lot like him.
Those genetics.
But yeah, I'm just done with Charlotte and Sasha. It's just anything with Charlotte now. Like, I tune out. I don't want to watch. Like, anything in the future, like, with Charlotte is just not gonna, like. I was fine with her in the beginning. When she was first going for the Divas Championship at that time, when they had it named the Divas Championship before it was Women's Championship. I was fine with it, but now they're pushing her. Now they're pushing her to the moon. Now they're just ramming her down people's throats. When she is not even as good as they say she is.
For the main event of WrestleMania 33, a mixed Raw and SmackDown match between a rivalry that seems to never end, between two different rivalries, one that has ended, that we wanted to end, and one that hasn't ended yet. It'll be Sasha Banks, the Boss, versus John Cena versus
Sasha. I was about to say. Wait, a mixed tag?
Yes.
Sasha Banks and John Cena versus Randy Orton and Charlotte. Oh God! You know what? I'd be fine with that being a WrestleMania match. At least I'll get some entertainment out of that.
These are two rivalries that never seem to end. Well, except for the first one that did end, but not Charlotte and Sasha.
Yeah, the one that did end, and we're glad that it ended, and the one that we wish would end now. Hell, even I think I saw something of even Summer Rae tweeted out, "Just let it end," or I think someone else, yeah, Emma too. Emma tweeted out, "Let this whole rivalry end" too on Twitter.
This would definitely make a good April Fool's prank if this rivalry continued going into spring, where some W employee or some wrestler tweets Sasha Banks versus Charlotte Flair. Wait, hold on, give me a sec. This is not the rivalry that we needed, but the rivalry that we deserved.
Oh, just hearing that almost like a little bit of throw up came up in my mouth. Just thinking of that. No, not really. I was exaggerating. But it definitely would have. It definitely would have.
Your reaction was so to actually read that tweet.
just me almost throwing up in my mouth would definitely be my reaction. Or I'd just be nauseous in general.
Ugh. Please let this last conversation be the last before
Yeah, just
drags on. No, it's already been dragging on already. We just want it to end.
just WWE, please, please, just end this whole rivalry, please, end the Charlotte Sasha rivalry, please. Do you realize how many people? Do you realize how many people are in misery right now because they have to watch this over and over again and see Sasha win the title on Raw only to lose it the next pay-per-view to Charlotte? It's become a recurring pattern and people are turning off their TVs because of it. Or they're not turning off either turning off the TVs or changing the channel. Mostly changing the channel.
Pretty much so.
But yeah, just kill this whole rivalry. You already ran into the ground long enough, and it has to end. You've already dropped the ball. Now you just gotta move on and do something else.
Oh, because to be in a creative meeting right now.
I really would too. But that's my whole rant.